everybody, it's Dr. Friels here. I have a unique case for you today. This gentleman had his ingrown toenail removed a couple months ago, and the procedure went pretty well, and then he experienced a lot of drainage after. He said, we're a little unsure if there was chemical applied or not. He said there was a stick and something was put in after the nail was removed. So that kind of sounds to me like what we normally do, to put the chemical on. But as you can see here, it's starting to regrow. And then look at this. 2 weeks after the procedure is whenever he noticed all this darkening. The reason I wanted to film this today is because there's always risk for melanoma. Given what's happened, I'm really leaning towards it's just a lot of bleeding underneath the nail. Nothing to be worried about other than it's unsightly. Right. It will grow out. Probably take you close to 8 months for it to completely grow out. But what I told him we're gonna do is I'm actually gonna numb up the whole toe, get that little piece out, and then I'm gonna inspect this part of the nail, and we can kind of take a look at what's under there. As much drainage as you had, you said it drained for how long?
Maybe a week to 2 weeks.
And a lot of drainage on the bandage.
Yes.
Okay. And it was not infected when the procedure was done. And so we're kind of surprised to have this type of outcome. That's definitely not normal for an ingrown toenail, but you know, things can happen. I just don't know what happened in your case, but I'm really thinking that the discoloration is from that. But we'll just make sure, and I can also send the nail off to the lab before, but we're gonna numb it up because it looks like something's just not right here. Then I will go ahead and remove the whole nail plate, send that, and then biopsy the nail bed as well. Okay. But given it was just had an ingrown toenail procedure, any allergies to numbing medicines?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, so this is the fun stuff. Cold spray, then a little bee sting. Right. You just went through this, so. And you said the procedure went well.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. This was the worst part, I think.
Yeah, it is the worst part. Okay, so. Quick little stick. Did you go back and tell him what it looked like or call the nurse or anything?
I called and I actually set up an appointment with him, and I just got busy and didn't make it. So
I understand. But we do a lot of ingrown toenails here. That's our YouTube viewers love it. I would highly encourage you, if you're watching this and you're concerned about any type of discoloration, especially this kind of dark black, dark brown, and if it pops up all of a sudden, you know, and you've not had anything done, please see your nearest dermatologist, podiatrist, primary care physician, someone, last one, to have it looked at, just to err on the safe side of things, because you know, people lose their toes for melanoma.
Yeah.
It's lose their feet, lose their life. And unfortunately, we do see them in between the toes, and they can just be like look like little moles.
Really?
But you're kind of like, your gut's like, that doesn't look right.
Yeah.
So we biopsy it. It's very easy to do. It's 5 minutes. All right, guys, so we're gonna take a break just to get everything set up, and then we're gonna go see what is in there. But it's clear that there's a nail that's growing back. And that's about the normal timeline. If you do have pain from the ingrown toenail after having it removed, usually about 2 to 3 months. Is because we're looking at that 2 millimeters is approximately equal to the growth for 2 months. So a millimeter a month, so you're kind of right in the timeline there. But it's not infected, I'm really happy. But I can see there's already drainage that's starting to crust up in that corner. Also could be from the procedure itself from the last time. The drainage and kind of the body's still trying to put some dead skin in there. All right, guys, well, we'll be right back. We'll take a look. You're back. So when we actually stopped filming, you told me something that was so important. This gentleman works at Toyota, and how many days after the procedure did you go back to work? When did you go back?
That day.
That day.
Yeah.
In steel-toed boots.
Right.
So what was happening, he was probably, because it was nice and numb, you weren't feeling it, you were banging up the toe. And the bandage was probably a little bulkier that day than, you know, your Band-Aid and normal stuff like that. So I think the trauma from that disrupted the nail plate here. And when that happens, you get bleeding underneath the nail like he's experienced. That's likely why you've got this outcome. Because I always recommend the day of that you go home, kick it up in the air, give it, you know, at least 24 hours until all the numbing's worn off. Should be about 8 hours until you really feel it. So if you are doing something to the toe, you know, oops, I can't do that. Right. So you know to stop. So I think that's why we're in this situation, just a heads up. All right, so let's make sure you're nice and numb. That's even better because, you know, we were, of course, talking about melanomas. Any pain in here?
Little down bottom there.
Here?
On down.
Closer to you?
Yeah.
Here?
Yeah.
Okay, let's put a little more anesthetic in. Just a little more. You probably won't feel much of this. I'm gonna take alcohol swab too. I need that. We gotta get the bubble out, the air out. Thank you. Quick little stick. Let me know if you feel any of that. Anything at all?
Mm-mm.
One more down the side here. Still good?
Yeah.
All right, I'll give that a few minutes, 30 seconds or so to come up. Okay. Massage it in there for you. So, do you have plans today?
I'm supposed to work.
Can I give you an excuse so it doesn't look like this again?
Yeah.
You work at Toyota and you're working this week?
So today will be my last day for the weekend, before the weekend. We worked yesterday,
Okay,
so we were off Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
gotcha. I didn't know what the
If I could get off today, then it would probably be good, but it's like they're really, really, really weird about those things. So.
Unfortunately, it will increase your risk for regrowth, and you're going to be sitting here again in a couple months.
Yeah. But if you think you can get it like taken care of, then sure.
Well, I mean, I'll give you an excuse, and you call your supervisor and say, "Hey,
They'll probably want to send like a FMLA papers to you just
Okay.
for one day.
Okay.
To fill out.
Whatever they got, we'll fill out." All right. Now let's check it again, and that's why I check this a lot of times before we, go straight in to make sure. Anything at all?
No.
Wonderful. So pressure's okay, no pain. Would you like to watch?
Probably not.
Okay, you were peeking over the gauze. I thought, well,
I think that's maybe why I was like, okay, this should be hurting, but it's not.
Right, okay. I saw the look on your face. Okay, so let's take a look so we can see. And you said it was October 29th, correct? Yeah. So, guys, when you come in to have your ingrown toenails removed, please go home that day. As you can see what can happen. So I'll give you a nice straight edge here. Also, one of the things we're going to want to monitor on your toenail is to make sure you don't get fungus in it.
Mm-hmm.
Having ingrown toenails back to back, some trauma to it, unfortunately will increase your risk of getting a fungal infection. The good news is it's completely out. Let's take a look and see what we got. All right. So there's the root and the wing of the nail. We know when you see that glistening piece, you got the whole thing. Let's do a little inspection of the toenail. Yeah, the good news is this is within the nail plate. The soft tissue underneath where that darkened color was is completely healthy. So this will grow out. I don't need to remove the whole toenail. I'm happy to report. Let's go ahead and get our medicine on so it doesn't come back. Do you have any questions for me? Okay, I know this is your second time around. Yeah, so send over the paperwork. So you should not have as much drainage as you experienced at all. Of course, today you're gonna get more than, tomorrow, next day. You may see a little dark discoloration from the chemical on the nail plate itself, but that will grow out. Hard to keep your foot still, huh?
Yeah.
It's okay, don't worry, I got a hold of it. Everyone's always like, I'm afraid I'm gonna kick you. But if you think about it, it kind of be impossible, And I always tell them, well, if you kick me, I'll kick you back. I've only been kicked once. And it was from an unconscious patient coming out of surgery. I'll never forget it. right upside the face. Yeah, it was a good one.
Jeez.
I mean, every resident has to get one.
Maybe they thought there was a ninja in there.
But yeah, maybe he was dreaming of that. All right, everybody. Well, I think we're off to a good start, and we should have a much better outcome. And a little education goes a long way. So don't have it done the same day you're working, if at all possible. Go ahead. She's just gonna wrap it up for me. So please give us a call if you have any questions, concerns, you have an ingrown toenail or even a black spot. I mean, that was really why the purpose of this video is to kind of educate people on melanomas and the potential damage and harm that can come with that, and really to kind of inspect this one a little further. So again, thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you.